Hello and welcome to all of you lords and ladies of fate. You have once again found yourselves in the self-proclaimed only Twitch TTRPG stream that allows you, the viewer, to significantly impact the stories being told on your screens. In order to do so, you must spend fate chips. These are loyalty points that you earn just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or even for just engaging with us in the chat. Use those fate chips to heal your favorite character, summon in custom items, make the players sing or tell dirty jokes, say silly things. You can even force the party into random encounters. Tonight, we are playing Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed of by Modifius Entertainment. I will be your GM tonight, controlling the will of the fates because Crom cares not. Joining with me, we have Bill Thornitius, the Bostonian archer. We have Abertak, the Witchfinder by Andy. And Sang, the emissary of mysterious Katai, being played by Mike. So, we find ourselves at the beginning of a new chapter in our story. The last one, the party started out in the wilds and the frontiers, fending off picked attacks and sorcery and evilness and jaguars and some sort of forest dragon monster thing that they bravely fought and then ran away from. And at the end of the story, at the end of chapter 1, they finally foiled the evil picked shaman, the witch's plans. But they noticed a strange connection, or at least one of them did, saying the emissary from Katai noticed that there was some sort of line of blood, some sort of rope, of guidance line of blood, almost invisible, more of the pull from the very bodies themselves, heading up north. Once they made it back into town victorious, they met with one of their favorite friends, their new friend. I forgot to give him a name. His name is now Tessin. His name is now Tessin. It's a dumb name. I might change it later.
What about Teshin?
Huh?
Teshin?
Teshin? Yeah, I'm good with that. He's a Turanian. Well, Teshin is this rather large merchant man who was in Venarius as it was being sieged and shut down. He greatly supported the party as they returned, gave them food, helped to give them money, bragged about them, kept the renown and the scope and focus of the people on our brave heroes. And he even made a deal. He said, hey, if you travel with me and my family on my route, help protect my goods as I travel, I can get you to the town you're trying to get to. I know just the one. Bit of backstory. Why are we here in the first place? Well, we have been hired, sent, invited, or otherwise cajoled into going to find a recalcitrant lordling, a son of a murdered family, a scion of a destroyed kingdom, in hopes to bring him back and defeat an evil necromancer that has taken over that land. But this lordling has gone into the woods, changed his name, changed his whole identity, and become a ranger of the wilds. Last seen here in this town, the party is trotting into. During the travels, the merchant took you through several towns, 3 or 4 or 5 stops on the way through. You began to be quite friends with him and his rather portly wife, who is probably more vicious with her oversized ladle than most warriors you've seen with a sword, as evidenced by their children anytime the children tried to sneak food out of the food pot as they were traveling. They also had a couple of laborers, strong arms with them. But all in all, it was a pretty uneventful trip. You were able to meet some people, acquire some things. Everywhere that he went, the merchant talked about your stories and bragged about you guys and how awesome you are, and you saved the entire wilderness and the Western March. A day or two prior to arriving here, one of your party members, Verai, the sneaky stabby one, somebody came up to her and handed her a letter, and she said she'd catch up with you guys in a couple of days. And then she took off.
Wait, Bob's character is female this whole time?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just another character with dice and rolling. Meh. But, yeah. Or male. Could be Veri. I don't know. Veri sounds like a feminine name to me.
Let's just call him
Well,
androgynous.
you're the one with the hero forge thingies.
That is a good point. His character, I believe, does look rather feminine in Hero in the Twitch streams. If you want to go back through our prior ones.
I don't know.
So, Teshin brings us into the town of Turner's Pass. Turner's Pass is so named as it's pretty close to the Cimmerian wilderness, up in the foothills of the mountains. It's pretty rough terrain, low foothills, some mines, forested area, cliffs, some dried up riverbeds. But relatively rough terrain, not quite the Badlands, but kind of in that mixture between forest and mountain and hills. Maybe something similar to like one of the Dakotas, maybe up in the Dakotas sort of thing. That's sort of that type of terrain.
So bleak and desolate.
Not quite bleak and desolate. We're not in Cimmeria yet, but we're definitely at the foothills of the mountains that lead to Cimmeria. And Cimmeria is a bleak, dour land. So, the merchant and his small convoy, a couple of wagons, his strong arms, his family, and you guys trot into this town called Turner's Pass. It's a full-sized town, more than a hamlet, but it's still a pretty small town. Maybe a few hundred people in the town, maybe a few hundred more, but not a huge number of people. But for this region of the world, it's pretty decent sized. On the way here, he describes the town as kind of the market center for this region, as Turner's Pass is one of the main ways to get through this part of the Badlands on a safe pass through this valley, this large mountain valley area. So it's the safest, easiest travel through. So merchants tend to go through it, settlers tend to go through it, and so Turner's Pass just kind of kept picking people up. And it's a pretty rough and tumble town, a lot of transients, a lot of people moving through. But the four largest buildings in the town all are on each side of the center market square, right at the center of the town. Here is a big courtyard of an area, probably a little bit bigger than the size of a football field. This big kind of green space courtyard. On the north side of this is a large but wooden temple of Mitra. It looks to have been there for quite some time, but it's not been overly elaborated yet, like the big city Mitra temples would be. On the west side is the city hall, the center of the town building. But you can see that attached to what looks to be a small compound with medium-sized walls around it. That the merchant, your friendly merchant Teshins, points out to say that that's the Baron's estate, who's in charge of this region. On the south side of the town is a what did I call this one? On the south side of town is a big warehouse / barn / general goods store. So there's a couple people working there. There's stuff and there's people going in and out. You can see they have everything from clothes to provisions to simple tools and other implements of destruction. And on the east side is probably the most elaborate, ornate building in the town. A bar. A saloon, a tavern, if you will. It's not the tallest building, but it has actual stained glass front. Now, The stained glass is stained glass of trees, grass, fields, and a couple of individuals in unsightly positions that shouldn't be allowed in front of a temple of Mitra, but yet they are here. The merchant says that he's friends with the owner of the shop. He's friends with the owner of the saloon, and he'll introduce you guys. So he tells the strong arms and the rest of his family to hang out, and he walks you guys first off straight to the saloon. As he walks into the saloon, another large man behind the bar hollers out, "Teshin, my friend, how are you doing? Good to see you back. Did you bring those things you offered me? I need that special whiskey." They greet each other, clasp, holler at each other a little bit like old friends are wont to do. And after a few moments, he says, "Hey, did you hear about that mess down south in Velitrium with the Pict attack and the witches?" And he gives a quick description. "These are the heroes that saved the day. These are my friends. They traveled with me. They brought them up here. Friends, this is my friend, Gregich."
Greg, nice to meet you.
"Friends, any friend of Teshin is friend of mine. You get special discount at my bar."
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you.
I love this
I'll
game.
definitely be spending lots of time here.
Looking around the bar, you see quite a few people. So it's late afternoon at this point, but you see quite a few people. Some of them dressed in quite finery, like overly dressed for this part of town. Some of them dressed in working clothes. A couple are dressed in what appears to be just mild, not quite a military gear, but they're definitely a military person. They got the crop top cut. They got, they're very muscle. They got a couple of weapons, but they're not necessarily in armors or anything. Teshin points out, he goes, "That one there," and he points to a dark-haired guy, kind of short, dark-haired guy, but relatively fit. He says,
Dark hair.
with dark hair, yeah. That's the mayor. He's second in command after the Baron. He's the one that runs the town.
What is his name?
Hope he's better than the guy who was running the last town we were at.
The mayor is Sir Quintus Verpium. Sir Quintus.
Quintus, got it. And
Yeah.
the Baron's name is?
The Baron is Sir Bernard Willows.
I take it he doesn't socialize with the fine patrons of this establishment.
Gregich says, "No, Sir Bernard here much. He just busy. I introduce you. I introduce you to Mayor. Mayor Quintus.
you.
I want to introduce you to heroes." At that, the mayor lifts his head up. He was eating maybe some pheasant or some sort of bird-like meal. He stands up, looks around, wipes a little bit of grease off, and walks up to you guys, kind of measuring you up and down as he looks at you. "Heroes, huh? What's bringing you to our fine town?"
Well, sir, we followed the gentleman here, and we're providing him some extra security on his way north, on his route. And we also heard that a person that we've been searching for might also be enlisting.
The ranger is Edgard.
Edgard.
Their name of the ranger is Edgard.
We're looking for Edgard. Has he been in town lately?
Edgard. Why, yes, we see him a lot. What business have you with Edgard?
We carry
we're
a
here
message.
to reunite him with his some old friends of his.
Yeah.
Nothing bad.
Nothing bad.
Oh, okay. Do you plan on staying in town very long?
Only if Edgard's here in town. If not, we're going to go searching for him.
Yes, I see. Well, then you'll be sorely disappointed that you won't be able to stay in town very long. Edgard has left recently. Yes, Edgard has left, but he always comes back in a few days. He's inspecting something. Pick's going crazy. He go to look at.
Yes, we know something about that.
But he always come back in a few days. You hang out. I give you food. At that, your friend Teshin says, and by the way, guys, thank you very much for helping to escort my caravan. Here is your share of the proceeds. Here's your not share of the proceeds. Here's your salary for the journey, and he gives each of you another 2 gold
Thank
Oh.
you.
as a payment for helping to guard its caravan. Teshin says, so they have a market day. Gregich, when's the next market day? Market day is tomorrow. I look forward to it. Best day of week. Tesha goes, so they have a market day every week where all the farmers and the little market people around here, they come into this courtyard and do a big market day. Everybody comes into town. It turns into a party. A little bit of a celebration happens. And so I'm going to set up shop for this market day. And then I'm going to continue to head on, going on about my route now that we've gotten you guys here. It has truly been a pleasure. And if you need anything while I'm here, let me know. And if not, I hope we see each other again in the future. I'll try to keep my eye out for you guys.
All right. Nice to meet you, Teshin.
Teshin grabs a drink from Gregich. He just reaches behind the bar and grabs a cup of something and heads out.
That.
So there's a grizzly-looking fellow also here in the bar. Crazy hair out to here, long hair, grayed out, kind of old guy.
My people.
Yeah. He snorts a little bit. You're looking for Edgard. He's not going to be able to do anything for you. Couldn't even help me. All he cares about is his picks and his wilderness and his whatever he does out there.
Tell me, sir, what was he supposed to do for you?
Get me back my mine.
You tried a psychiatrist.
Who took it from you?
Creatures that came from the mines that killed my people.
Creatures.
At this, Quintus steps in. Yes, yeah, it's very unfortunate that there was some mysterious circumstances, and our friend here, why did I name him? Our friend here, Sir Calder, was driven away from his mine supposedly by monsters from the deep, he says.
Monsters from the deep. So they
Sir
came from...
Calder, I do believe you still owe your property taxes for the year. I can't pay it if I don't have a mind to work! Well, then I'm afraid if you can't pay them by the end of the month, then your ownership of the mine must become forfeit.
Chance, you're way too good at that voice.
Well, how far away
What
is this
sort of
mine?
mine is this?
Silver! Most important metal in the area.
I imagine you turned a fair profit, too.
I did till a couple of months ago when I got ran out.
Could you describe these monsters from the deep? The fishmen? Are they octopi? Are they
I don't
people
know, I
wearing
couldn't
just
tell, but
kelp?
that's where the curse started.
Oh, there's
Please,
a
Sir
curse
Calder,
now.
there's-
Yes, that's different.
Please, Sir Calder, there's no curse here, just bad luck and unfortunate business circumstances. No, there's a curse, damn it!
And
My
how do you
people
say-
started disappearing in the middle of the night. We'd find them days later. Dead, drained of blood. In pieces.
That's a good job for you, buddy.
That sounds familiar.
I mean, you're good with pieces.
Now, only his armor goes into pieces. It's a different story.
And I have brand new armor and duct tape.
A month later, there was screaming in the mines. Me and my crew went down to investigate. And they were just ripped to shreds. All of them. That's when they came out of my mines. There's nothing in these mines but what I've dug, and they came from somewhere within my mines. They killed everybody. We barely got ourselves out. Me and 2 of my workers. Everyone else died.
So
I hired a bunch of mercenaries to go and take it back last month. None of them made it back out. I asked Edgard to try to investigate and clear it out. He said he'd take a look into it, and then he never did. He said he had more important business to take care of in the woods.
Well, we might
Please,
be-
Sir Calders, stop scaring our new guests. They're only here for a moment until they leave again in order to go find their friend Edgard.
All right. I'm sold. Let's go Scooby-Doo this shit.
Can we do this shit?
Fishmen in a mine got you interested?
Oh yeah.
You see. But first, I'm more interested in this curse. Where did it come from?
Right about that moment, in walks a priest of Mitra. Bright white robes, golden stole, completely out of pace in a rough and tumble town such as this. He's got a dark goatee, red hair, a dark reddish goatee, red hair, and he comes in. The curse? Are you talking about the curse again? Yeah, I'm telling these strangers about the curse. They're apparently heroes, fix things down south. Maybe they can fix things here. Heroes, you say? Gentlemen. Welcome to the past.
Well,
Welcome
I
to
wouldn't call
Turner's
that.
Pass. Gregich, my usual, please. Gregich goes behind the bar and pulls out a rather large bottle of something that looks very dark and amber. Pours him a glass, and at which point the priest comes in.
I'll have what he's having.
Gregich pours you a second glass. This stuff is straight fire.
Thank you.
This stuff is straight fire. Nothing ruins your Monday more than realizing it's a Tuesday.
Sunday for me.
And the priest of Mitra downs it in one drink, one triple-sized shot, and has a second pour that he starts drinking on.
Thirsty, I see.
Yes, this curse, it's quite unfortunate. I've been praying to Mitra and trying to do all of the investigations that I could. We've spread holy water around. We've placed the symbols, the incense, and the censers. We've been unable to save the curse, and
Oh, wait, look.
we've even lost some good members of the town from it.
Who brought this curse down upon the mine? Do
Is
we
it just
know?
mine or the entire town?
It started in the mine, but now it's spread to the whole town.
Oh dear.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to need a pack of matches. I need some holy water, and I need that guy's leg.
What do you need his leg for?
I don't know. I just like his leg. It's cool.
So, can
After
we
the
have
second
some
drink-
details on this curse? What What is cursed? What is the curse?
It's a curse.
Aside from generic, it's a curse.
We
I
don't.
yell at the witch hunter.
We've been unable to find the source of the curse, but every month, another member of the town has disappeared and then been found dead days later, drained of blood and sometimes even missing entire organs.
Now, are you talking missing entire organs but whole otherwise?
Yes.
Or
So you
Yes.
never see a butthole?
the look of disdain that I give the witch hunter?
Yeah, this sounds suspiciously like the massacred bodies in the blood bubble thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was asking for specifics.
But they weren't cut into pieces.
Did they happen to? Did all this kind of slow down a couple days ago?
Oh, so maybe I should mention, you guys have been traveling now for about a month.
Okay, so about a month ago. did
Yeah,
everything
it took
kind
about a
of
month to
slow
get up
down?
here. No, a month ago was the last death was about a month ago. And if the pattern holds, then yet another one of our lovely members of this parish will soon disappear themselves.
It's funny you mentioned the word parish.
The preacher laughs, the miner scowls, and the mayor just stares disgustedly.
Ow.
Gregich goes, "Ah, we have comedian! Here, have drink!" He gives you a glass of ale.
Okay, that'll work.
Any friend of Tashin is friend of Gregich.
Hey, comrade! Oh boy. All right. Well, let's check it out, guys. I mean, we got nothing else going on till Eggard comes back.
The mayor says, "So you plan on staying sometime in the town then, and not moving on to find your friend?"
Well, if
If
you
I
find-
take somebody's mask off and I find this fucking mayor under it,
I would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for you meddling kids.
and you're constantly hungry dog.
So roughly how far away are we from Raven? Do we know?
The town of Raven, as per the map. Okay, so just east of Raven, do you see where the river kind of forks into the mountains?
Mm-hmm.
That's the pass. Right there.
You're gonna make me blow up my Roll20 map just so I can look at it now.
he's pinging
I
it
see.
right there.
Yes, thank you.
There. Whoops. Now I need to delete that. Nope, don't clear drawings. That was the wrong thing I did last time. How do I just delete a single drawing? I'm terrible at this. Ha! Figured it out. Smarter than the average bear.
Hey, boo boo.
You know, average bear intelligences have been going down though lately.
The
longer
mayor
you are
says-
alive here.
very well.
Found a few places near you. The first one is Linear
Hey, Google,
Boulevard, Seventh-day
shut up.
Temple.
It was starting to tell me about a Seventh-day Adventist church for some reason. That was weird.
That's
Oh.
That was weird.
Watching.
I'm always watching, Wazowski. The Mayor Quintus says, "Fine.
There's some magnet there.
Seek out the sheriff. He'll find you accommodations for a few days."
Wait a second. We gotta go find the lawman to get a place to stay.
Have you accommodations of your own then?
Oh no, Gretchen, can we stay here?
I don't know a hotel room. I drink beer. I make food. Back is distillery and brewery.
Okay.
All right, well, I
kitchen.
call the distillery.
I figured you'd go for the brewery.
Okay. We'll go find the sheriff then. What's his name?
His name is Sheriff.
Thank you.
Scratch it. I haven't come up with a name for the sheriff yet. So Quintus takes that back, says, "No, he's out of town looking some things up." Very well. You can have the house on the elm.
I take
The
it
preacher man says,
the
"The
curse
house on the
bearers, curse sufferers house.
The preacher man says, "The house on the elm? Are you sure you want them to stay there?" "Well, now that there are no more inhabitants, it might as well be put to a good use." If you say so, sir, Quintus.
What's wrong with them?
Well,
Earth?
that's every member of that house has perished in the last 5 months. A family of 5. Each one has died in the last 5 months. 1 per month. And now it's been sitting empty for a month.
So,
Oh, streak broken.
what was these people's names? And what did they do here?
Hoping that they'll take us instead this month.
They were let's see. The preacher man, he says he gives a couple of names for him. I haven't named them. It's not really.
That's fine.
I haven't. He gives a couple of names. They were wonderful members of my parish, and the city misses them greatly.
Mm-hmm. They perish in the ground, or in the house, or
No, they were. Each of them were found in a different place in the city, drained, cursed, victims of the curse.
Sounds to me like you might have a witch problem here somewhere.
or something of it. You would know.
Well, there's only one witch in these parts, and she doesn't seem the type to curse the town.
You mean you know there's a witch around, and you don't think she's gonna curse you?
Yes.
Okay, witch hunter, what do you say?
Never.
She's the midwife, and she tends to the groves.
That's not quite
Oh,
it.
so she's that kind of witch.
I swear, at this point, you should call yourself a sorcerer hunter. It's much more accurate. You're so forgiving of all the witches.
I am not forgiving of witches.
You just have a very high threshold for someone who is a
Of
witch
all
to be.
people, I would think you wouldn't want to be accused of witchcraft for carrying around strange herbs and knowing how to use them.
Are we having this conversation right now in this bar right here, right now?
As Gregich brings the party a fresh round of drinks.
Let's
The
just
preacher man says that he'll take you to the house.
All right.
It was much appreciated.
If you want to go now, otherwise you can hang out here and keep eating and meeting people. He can introduce you to more people.
Anybody interesting in there? Look like maybe.
I mean, you've kind of met all the interesting characters-looking people, other than the ones that just. There's some people that look like travelers, some people look like settlers, some people that look obviously strong arms of some sort in there.
Generic mercenary types.
Generic mercenary types, maybe City Watch, maybe, any of a number of few things. Sir Quintus says, "Very well. Father Mahmed, please take them to that house and show them around."
Yeah, let's go to the house.
So what happens to the house if everybody who owns it's dead?
Why, it goes back to the city, of course.
A
Like
nightmare.
mines?
Yes, that's how property taxes work. All property is property of the Baron. He is appointed through lineage and blood by the King of Aquilonia himself to protect and serve this land. All belongs to him and is only allowed to be used by his grace.
To the house, then.
Very much a vassalage. Father Mahmed takes you to the house. And it's just a very plain house on a street that has a pair of elms on it, so they call it the Elm Street.
Well,
Has a
there's
pair
the
of elm
problem. You
trees.
can't have two elms on one street. You'll have nightmares.
I may or may not have thought about that connection. Dun dun curse!
Freddy!
But I promised not to have any nightmare dream curses in the first episode.
That's the first one. Okay.
Look, don't tempt Justin. He has points to spend.
I'll be sure to prepare plenty of lotus pollen.
So the house, it looks like a pretty normal type house. It doesn't look like it has been very well upkept the last couple of months, which kind of makes sense since the family of 5 is now a family of 0 over the last several months. You see a garden in the back of the house that's completely overgrown with weeds and bushes now at this point. He opens the front door to the house. It's built in a Cimmerian style. The interior of the house is. So it's got kind of a larger center area with stairs going up to a loft around it. The loft is where like the sleeping area might be. There's a couple of those foldable privacy sheet things around a couple of places in the house. There's some now rotted food and supplies.
Looks like this place could use a woman's touch. Have at it.
All right. So,
Mahmed talks
If
about
you find me
the
dead of
family.
poison, it'll be him.
Oh, it wouldn't be so obvious.
I see.
He tells some stupid little stories about the family. Oh, one time the boy was caught stealing some coins, and then
I'm sure I could get you to eat.
there was a lesson that we learned from everybody, and it ended with the laugh. Or one time the wife was bringing food, and just simple little stories that one tells about a small town.
all right. Well, I set to work cleaning the place out, throwing the food out that's rotted, finding anything that's worth anything like cheese or honey, any of that stuff that keeps for a while. We could probably use.
There's a few things. There's a little bit of dried meat. There's a little bit of herbs and spices, but for the most part, it's rotted. Father Mahmed starts going through some of it and grabs a couple bottles of liquid.
Figures. Go figure.
Father, I do have a question. Is this the only family that's experienced the curse, or how long has this been going on?
Well, it seems to have started in the caves, in the mines, and then it spread from there to here. The father here was one of the miners.
I see. Any of the other minor families affected, or is it just this one so far?
Well, most of the miners are dead. The father was one of 3 people that escaped the mine when it was massacred.
And the other two?
The other 2, you met one of them, and the second skipped town.
Or was skipped in the town.
I don't
There,
know.
there. Nice,
So,
nice
Cod-
attempt.
He left in a hurry once he saw that the others were being cursed.
Codler's the only remaining survivor.
Yeah. Yeah, Sir Calder. Yeah, he's the only survivor of the massacre in the mine.
See,
Huh.
Well, if it's a massacre in a silver mine, we can rule out werewolves. I'm very helpful.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's start pulling the house apart. Looking for hidden stuff, all that.
do your witchy senses sense anything?
I sense a whole lot of shenanigans going on.
Yeah, right?
So let's search the house. And also, obviously, I get the nicest bedroom.
I apologize. I was putting something in the chat real quick. There was a question about our token. So what were you saying?
We need to begin a search of the house.
All right. Observation checks, I guess.
Yes, observe things.
Sure. The heck, I'll do that.
Father Mahmed says, "I'll leave you to it," and takes off.
Whoa, I believe that 3 is within my my critical
I
success.
rolled for you. You got a 13 and a 19.
I got nothing.
So how many successes?
I got a critical success with a 3.
So that's 2 successes from you. How about you two?
I got 2. Michael got
Nothing.
All right. So for those of you that got 2, everything about the house seems pretty normal. It has a lot of wear and tear on it. You find some mining tools. You find just regular old things that you would expect to find in a house. Nothing seems terribly out of place, except for the loose floorboards back just behind the fire pit altar stone thing. Word that I'm blanking on. It's the thing where you put the
hearth.
hearth. Yes. There's some loose boards hidden behind a fire hearth.
Okay, let's pry those up.
There's a very narrow, very small, but certainly large enough for a man to go through passage into darkness.
So, burn the house down.
Now, why would a miner dig a hole underneath his house?
Or build a house
Or top
above
the hole?
a hole. Or both. Alright, you have dark vision. Go on.
Oh, you do? Good. You go first then.
It's his weird eyes. Alright, let's light a lantern, torch, something. Before he kills
Okay.
you.
All right. Yeah,
Kill
there's
you. Just
there's-
cause some
there's
blunt force
candles and lanterns and torches stuff here. You grab a couple of lanterns. Regular old household goods.
All right.
Really.
I'll take a
Really?
lantern.
Who's climbing into the hole first?
Well, we're not gonna climb on in. Let's lower the. We're gonna lower a lantern in or something. Like, what do we see? Is it like a drop?
There appears to be a very kind of piece of crap ladder climbing down about 20 feet. Oh, call me knee. Oh, call me knee.
Okay, your knee.
Okay. So we'll get to it momentarily. So there's about a 20-foot drop with a rickety old ladder. Into there's probably some maybe passage at the bottom that you can't tell. It's about a 20-foot drop to it.
So there's something that looks like a ladder, but okay.
It's rickety. I mean, it's a ladder, but it's rickety.
All right. I take out my rope that I have in my pack and tie that to something sturdy, and just in case the ladder gives away on us, we'll have
Sure.
a little something to grab hold of.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Oh,
And you go first?
Let that
is there
guy.
enough room down there to
He's
swing
got the dark.
broadsword?
He's got the dark vision and all that junk. I'll let him go first and tell me what to shoot.
It
Is-
appears to be quite tight quarters.
That's what I
All
figured.
right. Then I'm gonna get my, I guess, regular sword out, or is it too small even for that?
You could do stabbing motions.
You know what? We'll go with that. All right. Yeah. Tie me off, and I'll.
So you're going first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll have a knife in one hand and a torch in the other.
All right. Ties you off. You make it down. The rickety ladder holds, but it creaks very scarily as you're going down it. And you make it to the bottom of this little shaft, and sure enough, there is indeed a passage going off to the west, southwest.
Is that the general direction of the mines?
You didn't ask.
Well,
No.
So, just geographically speaking, there are low mountains to both the north and the south, and the pass kind of goes east-west. Turner's Pass is named after, the town is named after Turner's Pass, the geographical feature, mostly an east-westish shape.
And this tunnel goes off to the south.
South, southwest, something like that. It's not super straight. It's not super clean. It's just big enough that a fully grown adult could make it through in a cramped space.
Okay.
If Verai were here, she would recognize it as a smuggler's tunnel.
All right. Well, we found some digging implements. I'm going to grab me a shovel just in case.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll follow them down into the depths.
All right. So you're second.
Yeah.
Saying you're third.
Sure.
All right. And are you waiting for them, or are you going on ahead?
oh, I'm definitely waiting for them.
Okay. Well, after a few moments, everybody makes it down. He comes down with a shovel.
It's a good idea.
Everybody's carrying. You're carrying a lantern in one hand. He's got a lantern in a hand. And you move down the tunnel. So as you're moving down the tunnel, some of the things that you can note. This was definitely made by somebody who knew how to dig a tunnel. There are support beams. There are other implements and showings of this is not a natural tunnel, or that if it was a natural tunnel, it has been expanded by the work of intelligence. It is not expanded a lot. It is not a giant tunnel. It is very tight, very cramped, but just enough to get through. The floor of it is relatively smooth, kind of implying quite a few people going across it over the history of the tunnel, however long that may be, smoothed by footprints. And it continues. 10 minutes of crouch walking, 20 minutes of crouch walking. It's not completely straight, but it generally, as far as you can tell, keeps a southeasterly route. After more than 30 minutes of going down through this tunnel, it comes to a stop. Well, stop might be the wrong term. It becomes very narrow, almost to the point where you're like hobble crouching to get through. And you see a wooden door, a rickety old wooden door. And kind of coming through that, you see vines and leaves and grass and stuff.
It's an underground forest. I'm sure of it.
Journey to the center of the earth style.
Yes. All right. Can you said it's like a rickety wooden door, right?
Yep.
Can I see through the slats?
Barely. Give me an observation check.
Can someone with better eyesight see through the slats? I'll give it a try. Well,
Oh, 1 and a 20.
You poke your
Wait,
eye.
what's that?
Rusty
Okay.
nail.
So on the
I
plus
know.
side, you have 2 successes, which means you hear voices. You see people on the other side of that door, kind of just sitting around, hanging out on the other side of the door. On the downside, that door is so rickety, when you lean up against it to try to look through it, the whole thing just falls over with a crash and you land on top of it. Now surrounded by a half a dozen rough and tumbly looking folks. Thank you, call me knee for that.
door inspector. I'm afraid this one failed.
They look really confused for a minute and then start drawing knives.
Oh, wonderful. Nice chin.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever heard that.
Finally, a first for Mikey. All right, so
So nobody gets the element of success here, considering that you fell through the door.
but we did generate some momentum. there.
Bravely fell through the door.
He
You
generated
bravely fell through the door.
You mean the element of surprise?
Yeah, well, momentum hopefully will give us the element of surprise.
No, there's no element of surprise here. They draw weapons.
Fuck. I'm gonna take a chance.
Okay.
Who should I choose? Sir, what's his name sent us?
Sir, what?
Quintus?
Quintus.
Oh,
Sir
the mayor?
Quintus sent us.
We are here on behalf of Sir
Hey,
Quintus.
it rhymes. Quintessentus.
Quintessentus.
Quintus sent us.
The quintessential rhyme.
So I'm taking it that's
Latin for like 500, isn't it?
that's your initial play.
Yeah, that's my initial play.
Y'all are backing him up on this?
If you're calling this an intimidation thing,
I'm still picking myself up off the floor.
I'm just trying to get them to either recognize or not recognize the name, and then their reaction will tell me exactly what's going on here.
They
I have no
attack.
qualms with this.
They attack. And they get to go first, I guess.
Ah, shit. Okay, well, they're not his buddies.
So there are 5 of them. They're going to act as just a pack rather than 5 individual fighters. So we're going with pack combat here. Roll 1d3 to see who gets hit. Hey, you're subscribed. Nice. Thank you, sir. We look forward to hoping you enjoy all of this.
And he sicked a bunch of thugs on us.
Yes, he did sick a bunch of thugs on you guys because that's what heroes do.
They sick thugs on other people?
No, they get thugs sick.
All right.
Sorry. Dornitius. I know you're in second place. They decide to go after you rather than after the guy that knocked himself over.
But
Well, no, they know I'm the door inspector, and so these people are probably chasing me.
I crouch down, pull out my bow, and
That 1 and Brawn 10, so they need an 11 or above.
oh, fuck. Why? Why? Damn it! Why?
So I roll the way kind of the works. They all count as one entity, but they get bonus. Since there's 5 of them, they roll 5 dice. And in Conan, the higher the number, the worse. A 20 is a crit failure, a 1 or 2, or depending on your stats, is a critical success. Of these 5 dice, 2 of them were 20s. There were 2 complete crit failures, as they get basically a round of sneak attack against you. Do you want to parry the one success they did get?
It's because of all the debris from the door.
I want to try and carry that with the shovel.
You have deflection feat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, parry away. You only need 1 success. Parry away.
2 successes.
2 successes. You generate a point of momentum and parry the blow. The 2 thugs that critically failed are so shocked and surprised by what happens, they try to jump up out of their chairs real quick and trip over their chairs, falling over backwards.
Dumbasses.
Party's turn. Go.
I'm gonna drop the shovel at this point and just draw my bow. Because that's what I do. I twang. It's my thing.
Because that's what I do. Hey, again, thank you. Call me Nee.
So does it take an action for me to stand up?
Nah.
And are we in broadsword swinging territory, or are we still cramped?
Yeah, you are now out of the cave. They were like huddled around at the exit of the cave, like hanging around some chairs and stuff.
I'm gonna presume that both getting up and getting my broadsword out probably takes my action.
No, you fell that time, so you lost any chance for element of surprise and a sneak in like an initial attack.
Gotcha.
So that turn was you recovering from falling.
Okay. And I will take a swing at them. With the broadsword. And it's a good roll.
Damn!
That's 3 successes.
You generate 2 points of momentum.
I think we'll store it for now because it probably
Roll damage.
coming up.
Ooh, that's not the best roll, actually.
No, not really.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But is that 2 effects?
His
I don't have any-
broadsword doesn't have
I don't have any
effects.
effects right now.
All right. Well, 5 points of
But
damage.
I have the No Mercy ability, so I can re-roll a number of damage dice equal to the total number of melee talents and ranks that I have, which is 2. So I can re-roll 2 of those dice.
Okay.
Which is much better.
That'll do. You just went from 5 points of damage to 8 points of damage.
Dang.
With a slice and a swing and a roar, you jump up off of that fallen down door, and on the lift up, you just bring your blade with you. On the lift, you put your legs into this whole blow, right? And basically bury your broadsword 3/4 of the way through this guy. He doesn't even live long enough to gasp.
I've fought witches tougher than you fuckers. I mean, ruffians.
Foul ruffians, I'll get you yet!
He sounds exactly like that. Exactly.
Your turn.
I'm going to go for my patented just face smack.
Okay.
You can't really patent that. You could trademark it, maybe.
Roll the die for me.
I mean,
Here she comes to save the day.
try to educate people on property. A 19 and an 8.
That's a hit.
You only need one success to be a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. Let's see here. That is. First for the base, roll 3d6.
That's a true strength penalty.
I buffed up my strength.
Oh, smart.
3 points of damage, each 3 with effects. What gear were you using?
Huh?
What gear? You were using the Tiger Claws?
My poison tiger claws? Yes.
Why would you poison a tiger?
So that's
It's got vicious.
that's 5 points of damage. I'm gonna go with hidden for the other one, just to keep it hidden as an effect, so that
Why are
it
you looking
doesn't
at
look
me?
like.
Wait, what?
So for 2 of the effects, I'm adding vicious. For the third effect, I'm going to keep it hidden, so it looks like I just smacked him with my bare hands, and they can't tell that it's a weapon.
Got you. Let me just double check on what that means. I'm smart, folks. I swear. I'm good at this. I know what I'm doing. I have played minutes and minutes of this game.
That's not what hidden does. It's not an.
No, it's just
not
an
an
automatic.
effect. Hidden is for finding, like, searching for options, but it doesn't use your effect up. So you use
Tries-
vicious.
Okay, so 6 points of damage then. Or
Okay, when a weapon is hidden, any search of the owning character requires an observation test with a difficulty of X to locate the hidden weapon. So if you have a hidden one, they have to do an observation and have at least one success to even notice that you have it.
You can
Okay.
use momentum after you attack to conceal it quickly again.
okay, fair enough.
But it's not something that's triggered on the effect die.
So 6 base points of damage.
So yeah, you do a nice little jump out, do a roar of a tiger, decide to make a tiger roar as you're doing a tiger swipe with your tiger claws, and just go, usually you're just like, I'm going to scratch across the face, I'm going to piss them off, I'm going to cut their face up, and even if they survive, they're going to, be really injured. But this time your claws got stuck on something on their face and just took the whole face with it.
Ooh.
He runs off screaming for a few moments and falls over, lands in a fire, and burns to death.
Damn.
That's what he gets for having nice cheekbones.
Fair enough. I guess rolling
So-
the poison effect doesn't really matter then.
Oh, no, actually, because he's in the fire, the poison's now airborne and we all die.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Well,
Well,
you
no.
all die.
Stop giving him
I
ideas.
think I'm immune at this point.
Hmm.
Bill, Thornicius, your
Yep.
turn.
I am going to use one of his
Holy talents.
oh,
The number.
Would you like for me to?
There's 3 bad guys.
yeah.
No.
But the witch hunter racked up some points, right?
Yeah, I banked 2.
So I'll use one of those to do a volley and try and hit multiple targets.
Go for it. Go for it. So 1 point of momentum spent to make a volley effect.
I figured you guys could make better use of them.
A 4 and
This
a
ranged
10.
weapon can be used quickly, allowing the wielder to unleash volleys of projectiles. Thus, wielders often carry bundles of ammunition. An attack with the volley weapon does not expend any shots. The user has enough ammunition to last the fight, barring complications. Further, a load of ammunition can be spent to perform a volley, adding a bonus die 20 to ranged weapon tests to attack, and a +1 dice to the weapon's damage if the attack hits. So really, it's just the same target. It's a volley of arrows against the same target, not to multiple targets.
But it gives you more dice to hit or something, right? Or damage? Or
Yeah,
something?
you get an extra hit dice and an extra damage dice.
There is a talent farther along the tree that lets you hit multiple targets, but
And
It is forbidden.
And it does use one ammo load. So you should have like 4 or 5 loads of ammo. It uses one of them.
Yep. So we're going to use that 3d20 for the attack. Enter. Ooh, got a 14 and a 13. I think they might have hit.
Well, your ranged attack skill is a 16.
Yeah, so. Well, then we hit that.
So that's 2 successes. You restore one of those points of momentum you spent. Or you restore that. Yeah.
Remember melee talents and ranks in those talents.
That's all right.
Hi, April!
Hi.
Welcome to the party!
Thanks. Sorry about
You're-
that.
They're fighting thugs and unraveling conspiracies and curses.
Talents and
Uh-oh.
ranks in the talents, but none of the melee talents actually have ranks.
it's surprising. Only the first tier has that ability.
So 8 die 6 of damage there.
Yes, sir. There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points of damage with 2 effects. The effects are armor piercing. Okay. With a pretty solid straight between the eyes, you land not 1, not 2, but Robin Hood 3 arrows on top of each other in this guy's skull. Twang, twang, twang. Or you know that scene in Men in Tights where he pulls out the bow and then just does this, and there's like 5 arrows that are all tied together. Yeah. Yeah. So at this point, the 2 remaining thugs, after seeing 1 strike murder, 1 strike murder, 1 strike murder, the 2 remaining thugs are the 2 that fell over the back of the chairs as they were getting up anyways. They throw down their weapons, raise their hands in terror, and beg mercy.
Hey, psst, Zang. Intimidate them into telling us who their boss is. You're gonna rip another.
That sounds like a good idea. I will menacingly flex my claws.
You're hidden claws.
Roll persuasion.
Let's see. Persuade.
Is it just 2d20 for you, or do you?
It is 2d20, although can you hand me that book?
No, I'm using it.
Well, I'm
You got 217.
Call me Nee. You are really awesome. Thank you for that.
What do
Merc
you do
Puppy,
now?
you're Merc Puppy 1 is one lucky puppy because Call Me Nee just gifted him a month of subscription.
Oh, nice.
Yes, thank you so much. So April, are you back or do you have to take off again?
Nope, I'm back.
Okay. Well, then in just a moment, we'll catch you up real quick.
Okay. Thank you.
I get another d20.
Wait, he gets another shot.
Yes, I get another d20.
He gets another shot.
Yes, he gets another shot. Oh, it's even worse.
I'm going to spend a point of fortune
Okay, that's probably for the best.
because my husband rolls horribly for me. 17s and a
He
19.
can't roll worse than Bill.
I was
No,
gonna say,
you can't.
I feel you.
She doesn't ever let me roll. I don't even let me roll.
I'm surprised you don't say.
Well, I'd be rolling for myself if Chance had bothered to send me that link like he said he would.
I've sent you that link multiple times. Don't you give me that crap. Here, I'll send it to you again right now on the stream.
Now he needs an invitation.
Yeah. I've sent it multiple times. I have to leave the stream in order to send it, but I have sent it multiple times.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too if I were you.
Let's see.
All right.
All
Anyway,
I'll
In
send it
any
to you
case-
again after. I'll send it to you again after the stream. That way, I'm not taking up too much
In
time.
any case, 2 successes.
They are blathering and blubbering in terror and fear. Something about I forgot. I haven't given this guy a name yet because I wasn't planning on this encounter happening. But thank you, Calmini, for jump-starting the encounter experience. Blubbering about somebody named the boar.
And who is this boar?
Blubber. He's the boss.
Of what? Your thieves guild? Or what are
Of
you
the gang.
doing here?
He's the boss of the gang.
And why do you have a tunnel leading into what's the name of this
Turner's
miner's
Pass.
house that we?
Turner's Pass.
Just say Turner's Pass.
And why do you have a tunnel leading towards Turner's Pass?
We were gonna go steal stuff.
Why this specific house? And did you abscond with the family that lived in this at the end of this tunnel?
I don't know what that word means.
Did you kill him?
Did you kill him? Did you take
No.
the family that was there?
No, we were just gonna steal some stuff. I don't know anything about a family. Please, nobody came through here but you guys. You were the first ones through. It was supposed to be nobody was supposed to come through.
Why were you waiting here?
And why are there? They're clearly lying. There's footprints back there. Let me execute them for witchcraft.
We were waiting until nightfall so we could sneak into town.
To do what?
To steal stuff!
From an empty house?
Where's your boss?
I think they're witches.
Where's your boss?
Hold on, we still have more information.
the
we can
woods.
gather from them.
Hey, Chance.
All right.
Chance. Check your G chat real quick.
Where do we find them?
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Let me mark that down.
Where do we find the boar?
He's in the woods. I don't know. He's got some camps.
How many followers is in your merry little band?
3 less now.
There's a bunch. I don't know.
Give me a number.
I don't know. They're at 20, 40, 12.
I'm not sure these men can count.
Is it a fistful? 2 fistfuls.
It's many lots, but not lots many.
Son of
That's funny. I thought we were the only ones who measured men that way.
a... And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first almost sprayed the screen of this entire game.
Try not to kill the DM.
Oh man, I might have to pour a refill after that. I'm empty on my bourbon.
Crumb down near
All
low.
in your lungs right now.
Yeah, I just inhaled some bourbon there. The vapors. I got the vapors.
Oh god.
You didn't say that with enough Southern Belle.
I got the vapors.
We'll work on it.
All right. Well, what do you guys say? What do
Please,
we do?
please let us go. We'll
How long have you
we'll
been
never-
here? You're the boar. How long has the boar been here?
I don't know. He's been forever. I don't know.
Oh,
Where
geez.
did he come from?
I don't know. He's a bandit. He showed up. I don't know. We're new.
They don't even have their benefits yet.
They haven't even given me dental yet.
Oh, well, that's mighty fortunate. All right, let's. How about we take these two, drag them back through the tunnel, and then we'll take them to the townspeople and raise up a posse to go see this boar guy.
So I think I fell through crashed through the door into this room and I kind of missed something. You said there was vegetation around the door. Are we outside now, or are we just in
Yes.
a cavern that has some vegetation?
Outside now. That was the exit of the cave.
All right.
All right. So we need to do something to mark this place. Like, how do we find it?
How far is the town outside, not going through the tunnel?
The better part of a mile, but not so far that you can't still. If it's nighttime, you could probably still see some fires and torches from it.
Okay.
Also,
I'm not confident that we, having followed that path underground, I'm not confident that we could. Well, wait, we have a ranger. Never mind.
Yeah, man. Now me.
I do have a question though. Did the priest follow us?
No, he took off before you guys started really inspecting the house. Bill was doing. Bill was cleaning it up and looking.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah,
it.
Bill was cooking it up. He grabbed a couple of beer bottles and took off.
Got it.
All right. So I'll climb to if there's a hill around. I don't know what we're, what's around us right now outside.
You
Go
can
climb a
get back to
tree.
town. You're not going to need to roll it.
Okay.
But you're in Badlands. You're in mountainy, foresty, hilly. Like it's rough terrain. There's a reason this is the pass, but you know that there's the valley and the town is in the middle of the valley.
Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is
Let's take the tunnel back. It's probably safer.
yeah, that's what I suggest is taking the tunnel back, but marking this place so we can find it from outside, because right now it's probably pretty well hidden, except for.
I mean, if you went back overland, I would allow you to mentally map it. It's not even going to cost you a survival check to get back overland. It's other than taking a bit of time to get through the rough terrain, you can get back to town. It's over there.
We could leave the ranger to just go it alone so that he can be more stealthy and we can take the tunnel back.
Who's going to watch the prisoners though? We don't just going to let them go?
Please,
No,
we'll run away. We'll never bother anybody again.
As I place my clawed hand onto the shoulder of one of the whimpering men, I'm sure they'll be more than cooperative. Won't you, boy?
We'll never do anything wrong again. Just spare us. Let us go, please. We'll run away.
I bet these men could find some good work in town cleaning the Temple of Mitra.
Yes, anything.
Yes, let's go.
All of us then?
No, you can find your way back so that you know where this is on the outside. It's
Okay.
I
Cool.
trust you to be stealthy on in the woods and whatnot.
Right. I'm going to go back to town, but yeah, be careful not to leave a trail behind me.
Okay. April. So you were traveling with the merchant Teshin for about a month, just over a month. Big fat guy. He was really great. We can give you some actual more details later, but just kind of fast forwarding the story. Once you made it to the town, you were hanging out with the wife and some of the strong arms who stayed just outside of town in a little caravan. The wife is this big portly lady who is more lethal with her ladle than most warriors are with a sword. You don't mess with the cooking pot.
Heck no. Mm-mm.
So you're with them once they made it into town. You've been kind of mentoring the strong arms a little bit, showing them how to swing a sword, help protect it. But this guy and his wife and their kids, they just adopted the whole party. They're just great friends. They're doing great with you guys. After a little while, the merchant guy comes back without the other party members that went into town with him. He's coming back holding a small barrel of booze that he's now handing out to the rest of the family and spreading out some beer. And with that, he goes, "Oh, I thought you were with the rest of them. I'm sorry. Do you need me to take you into town to show you where to go? I apologize. I didn't even think about that. The town square is over there. They were talking with the mayor last I saw them."
Yeah, if you could take me into town, I'd appreciate it.
Sure. So I mean, you're just outside of town. You can see the town, but he walks with you back into the town proper. This main part of the town, there's a little center square courtyard. There's a temple, a town hall, a saloon, and a big warehousey store-looking thing. He takes into the saloon. There's a big, boisterous, bearded guy behind the bar. Deshin, you come back already! My friend, you return! Wait, why you return already? Who this? This is my other friend. This is Xenia. She was one of the heroes. Oh, you hero! You one of those other your friends, huh? Here, have drink on Gregin. On Gregich. Have drink on Gregich.
Awesome. Thank you.
Teshin goes, so, where'd everybody else go? Last I saw, they were here. Gregich says, oh, they go to a house on Elm Street. They get new abode. Oh, I have no idea what that means. Oh, very sad, very sad. Family die horribly. Mayor's letting them stay there.
Any other information? As I sit there and I just kind of use my charm and.
He's friendly. He's gregarious. He's trying to give you stuff. He's giving you free drinks and stuff, but that's really about all the information that he has. He can tell you how to go. He can tell you how to get to this house on the street with the two elms.
Is that where the party's going back to? Or going back to town?
That's where the party is.
Oh, I didn't.
At least as far as Gregich knows. Now, Teshin points out that the mayor is not here. Neither is there was a preacher that was here, and the preacher's not here. There are a few other people, including a grizzled old, Wild West miner-looking dude who's just grumbling to himself over some beer.
Okay. Yeah, if you could let me know where they went to, I would love to go meet with them.
Yeah, he gives you some directions. Teshin, your merchant friend, says he's going to go back out to his wife, take some, head back to the camp. So every week in this town, there's a market square day. So he's going to stick around for market square day and then move on, because if a merchant's not moving, he's not making money.
Right.
But he hopes to see you again before he leaves, and if not, he remains your steadfast friends, and he will be always looking out for you guys if he can.
Greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
Here.
So you go a little ways away. It's a for the area a medium-sized town, but really it's an oversized hamlet basically. It's an oversized hamlet, but you get some directions. You follow it. You do indeed find a street with two elms on it, and pretty quickly you notice a house that looks like it's been run down and untouched for a month or three, and that's probably the house that they were sent to. It matches the description. You let yourself in, and it looks like it's been an abandoned house for a couple of months, except it looks there's some fresh dust being moved around. There's a pile of trash that just got moved to just outside the front door, like somebody started to clean it up. And as you look around, there is, behind the fire hearth, some boards that are lifted up and a dark tunnel leading downwards, down a ladder, down into a dark tunnel.
Yes, behind the fire hearth.
Behind the fire hearth.
I taught him that word.
I could not remember the word to save my life. It was gone. English and me no good.
Me no English well.
그렇습니다. 이 참.
Speak like Russian very well.
미국인 잘 할 수 없어.
예.
Спасибо, comrade.
So you hear voices coming from the cave, from that tunnel.
I call out names to see if they can hear me.
Hey, asshole! Hey, fuckface, are you down there?
Zhang and Abertak, you hear a faint echo.
Well, you didn't say what.
Odysseus. Zhang.
Do I recognize the voice?
Abertak.
We're coming and we brought friends.
Shouldn't
Yay!
fall down the hole. It's hammer time. Oh.
After a few minutes, your friends climb up this rickety old ladder, and they have a pair of dirty bums with them that look terrified out of their minds.
Daddy thumbs.
Can I do have persuasion. Can I use that to talk with them?
You don't need to
I mean,
persuade
yeah,
us.
at-
Oh, they're right here.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to talk to them. They are terrified out of their minds right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've had a mile to cool down and be
They've
less-
had a mile for the terror of what you're going to do to them in the dark grow.
Oh,
Well,
dear.
I mean, it's not completely dark, and we're also told them that we're going to make them work for Mitra.
Mm-hmm. And they totally believe you after you literally ripped a guy's face off.
In one shot.
I mean, I've gone a full mile without ripping anyone else's face off.
Don't kink shame him.
She can counsel them and calm them down,
I do have that.
possibly.
Actually, right about this same time, your friendly ranger comes in the front door too. Everybody makes it back at about the same time. What a coinky dink!
Folks.
How convenient!
How convenient for the plot.
Don't worry, you a veggie wrap.
No.
Yes.
No,
That's all you deserve.
no.
What do you want then, lasagna?
Okay.
Right.
Just that way. Anyway, have we gotten any more out of our two new friends?
No poop burger?
Mostly that they were nominally members of some gang run by a guy called the Boar, who's scary and nobody understands him, and he's more vicious than mean and weird and looks strange. Actually, there is one new piece of information that you get. You do get a piece of information. The reason they are scared of Zhang, especially Zhang, isn't because he ripped a guy's face off. It's because Zhang looks just like the Boar.
Dum dum dum!
Oh!
Oh.
So one of my brethren.
They have no idea what that means, but they say he looks just like you.
I'll say a few words in Githan and ask if he speaks like that.
Racist.
Maybe.
We don't know. We're new here.
Any?
I hadn't planned on these guys having any information yet, but somebody bought an encounter for them. Thanks, Call Me Nee. You're just murdering people. How do you like it? People are now murdered because of you.
Well, it's mostly because one of our people fell through a door. That's mostly
Well.
Just shoddy manufacturing.
So, what do you do?
I'll ask if there's any sort of jewelry that he wears or anything to make him stand out or identifiable.
He
I would recognize as a clan.
They say something about him having a lot of gold and jewels and things that he's stolen and
Is there a
silver.
board plan, maybe? Serious. Is there like a board?
I don't know personally, but Chance, is that a Catan thing in the Boar clan?
No, your people don't really
Yeah, I didn't
register
think so.
themselves off in tribes based on animal names.
I didn't think so, but witch hunter.
Look, I don't know anything about your heathen people.
I kind of look at them and say, I really apologize for all of them just hounding you with questions, Pardon them. Seriously. Like, what's on your minds?
we just want to leave. We'll never hurt anybody. We'll run away. You'll never see us again. You'll never find us. We'll go find a farm somewhere.
Rob, I'm sure. No, we're off to Mitra for.
I heard that they needed some mopping on their temple steps, and it sounds like a good way for these gentlemen
To
to
repent.
repent and think about what they've done.
Or they could always be.
So do you take them to the town square where the temple is?
You just throw cheese. You threw cheese at me. I dropped.
Yes, we deliver them to the temple for repentance.
All right. You make it to the temple as a nice fat little party here. Father Mahmoud is in the temple. He's got a little bit of a stumble at this point in his steps. His words are touch slurred. And he is giving some sort of speech on the steps to what few people are there to listen. Basically saying things, praise to Mitra. If you don't praise Mitra, then you'll be burned as a heathen. Those foul pigs will be driven back. Aquilonia's might will reign supreme.
Yeah.
You know, the standard.
Yeah.
The standard, fire and brimstone.
Push these two down in front of them onto their knees. Caught these two trying to steal out of the house that we were sleeping in.
He runs up to them. Repent, ye sinners! Repent for your crimes! Or what did they do?
They attacked us as soon as they saw us.
Repent for attacking the heroes of Verentarius. Venarius. Venarium. Repent for attacking the heroes of Venarium. These are heroes. Why did you attack them? They attacked us first. We don't know what's going on. Please don't hurt us.
What these two heathens are trying to say is that they would like to dedicate their lives to Mitra and assist in maintaining the temple here.
Yes. Praise Mitra. We'll do whatever Mitra needs us to do. We'll praise Mitra.
Good boys.
Thus the power of Mitra is shown by these under repentance, and the power of faith compels them to praise. He goes off on a sermon.
Okay, we're walking slowly, respectfully away.
Yes, we'll come back tomorrow. Let's see this temple shine.
You hear now that it's getting on into evening time, the volume from the saloon has now picked up. There's people coming in and out of the saloon. The general store warehouse, you see a couple people coming in and out of there. The town hall itself is dark, but you do see lights coming from the Lord's estate, torches and lanterns and other implements of light coming from the Lord's estate.
Is checking by the tavern. Is the mayor still there?
No.
Oh.
The mayor is nowhere to be seen.
Have you thought up a name for the town guard yet?
What town guard?
Oh, there's no town guard? I thought you said there was going to be a captain of the guard or something like that.
Sheriff.
Oh, I have a name for the captain of the guard. I didn't have a name for the sheriff.
Ah, the sheriff. That's sweet. Okay. Captain of the guard, then? Do I recognize, or at least I could ask, what is his name?
You know what? Sure. The captain of the guard. The captain of the guard is here at the tavern relaxing. You know, he's going to have a busy day tomorrow being market day and all. So he wants to have a bit of relax the night before. He is flanked on either side by a couple of others. He's in some light armor. Not like full plate mail, but he's got some hardened boiled leather, some metal ringlets and things around him. He's got his weapons on him. And he's flanked on either side then by another pair of obviously very military. They all three appear to be actually pretty wealthy. They don't seem to be wearing just standard conscript gear. They are wearing proper. They are wearing quite wealthy equipment and drinking.
Okay. I will get some drinks from Gregich, one for each of them and myself, and plop it down on the table for all of them, and introduce myself.
And I'll come with you.
Boy, do I have a story for you.
They at first look at you very. The hell is this fool doing? This is our table. They reach for the drinks.
These drinks are for you.
Yes. Thanks.
We know you've been working hard, and you're
Having a conversation though.
Yes. Well, I figured this is a matter you might want to hear of sooner rather than later.
Very well. Be quick about it. I don't have a whole lot of time, and I don't care to hear some little petty squabbles anymore.
Have you heard of the boar?
Oh, the boar. Did he raid another farm?
Well, apparently he's planning on raiding here.
Yeah. Sure. Peasant rumors. Oh, the boar is coming. Oh my, gee, the boar is coming.
No, they clearly don't
You
care.
are
They
here.
clearly don't care about the tunnel we found into this city. Well, let's just let them. It's fine. I'm sure they have better things to do.
What tunnel?
No, now you're interested. Yes, there's.
Into the house on Elm Street.
Yes, the mayor just lent us the use of a house on Elm Street that was recently rendered abandoned, and we discovered a tunnel that led into the outskirts of the town. Whereupon we took out 5 bandits who confessed to being a part of the Boars raiding party.
Garrus, go grab.
To us.
Garrus, go grab one of the sergeants. One of his flankers runs out.
So, anyways, 2 of them are over at the Temple of Mitras and doing penance. The other 3, well, they didn't make it that far.
The lieutenant that ran out comes back in with another member of the guard, one who is not obviously supremely wealthy and dressed in finery. He's got basic. This is made by a blacksmith and given to conscripts gear.
Little race. Okay.
The captain says, go to the house on the elm on the street with the elms, the abandoned one. These guys say there's a tunnel under there. Find out if it's true.
Look by the hearth.
Oh,
Like
and apparently there's a pair of bandits that are at the church. Go ahead and grab them and hang them in the morning for me.
Well, whatever. Whatever.
Sir, yes, sir. And he trots back out. Is there anything else, or can I get back to my drinking?
Back to
Enjoy.
you.
By all means.
But you might want to send a party over that way. The entrance is over there that they dug into. And
Well, I'm sure they'll find the entrance when they go through the exit.
Take plenty of people because they couldn't tell us how many people they had.
All right. Thanks. Have a good evening. Your
Yep.
service is noted. And he turns his back on you.
Woo.
Wow.
No reward, no nothing. No, it's okay. That's okay. Next time, I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
How rude.
We'll head off.
You're leaving the tavern?
I think we should mingle a little bit. Find out some more information.
I would like another ale, especially since it's on the house.
Sure. Gregich gives you some more drinks.
Nice. Nothing like a good beer at the end of a hard day's work of putting arrows in people.
We got 15 minutes left. Okay.
So,
Some food.
yeah, let's actually find out where this mine is. How about that? Ask Gregich. Where exactly was this mine? Because we forgot to ask earlier. Where?
Oh, it's up in the mountains. I've never been, but whatever his name was, Calder. He's
Did you catch it?
passed out in the stables. He tell you.
Does he normally pass out in the stables?
He normally pass out, not always in stable, but him have hard time, so I let it go.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I just killed something out here.
I was trying to play along, but you broke it up.
You're all going to hell now.
So, yeah.
So,
Let's go find the guy in the drunk guy in the stables.
Well,
all right, you.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna go to the Temple of Mitra and encourage the priest to accidentally lose track of those two if he thinks there's any real hope for them.
Okay.
And if he doesn't, then I'll leave it to his judgment.
Okay. So, well, that actually changes what I was getting ready to do. Fine. Screw up my plans. See how I care.
And I guess I'll go back to the house to point out where the hearth thing is, just in case they don't.
So we're splitting the party up 3 members to 3 directions. Is that what's happening here?
Kinda.
Dear chat. All right.
Do it.
So Thornicius and Xenia, you head to the stables where you see a passed out Sir Calder the miner tucked up in a corner. He looks like he was placed on a pile of hay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, snap! Oh, snap!
You know, some people just shouldn't be given points in our chat.
Oh, snap!
What are we gonna do now, guys?
All right, so right about this time, Abertac, as you're going into the temple, a trio of guards also come into the temple. They demand the 2 bandits, and they are not polite about it.
They're early. Make an insight check. Let's see. Is that priest guy around?
Yeah, you can find Mahmed. He's in the area.
Drunk.
Yeah. I'm gonna get his take. Is there anything redeemable about those two?
In Mitra, all heathens can be converted and redeemed through faith and hard work and prayer and faith
And hard work.
and hard work.
All right. Do I see the 2 guys?
Yeah, you see one of them kind of heading into a back room, or you assume the other one probably is. He's got a broom.
I'm gonna follow them.
The trio of guards also saw him and head to the back room as well.
I'm going to very quickly tell them, this is your one chance. Get out and do not turn back to this life. And then I'm going to start a fist fight with the priest.
Put in the
Ah.
I'm gonna deck Father O'Toole right in the mouth.
All right. Zhang and Thorn, or not Zhang. Yeah, Zhang. Let's go with Zhang.
Sure.
You
why
get to
not?
the house. There are a trio of guards in the house at the house going through it. They
arrest you for
find
stealing.
the hole in the ground.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over my husband. What'd you say?
There are a trio of guards in the house. They find the hole in the floor beneath the hearth.
Yes, I'll point it out. This thing leads about a mile out that way, and at the end you'll find a collapsed door, and where a bunch
Oh, Abertac! You just got yourself 100 experience points for punching a
Oh,
priest.
good.
So as
Yeah,
Zhang, as you start to speak,
Mm-hmm.
these guys that have been given basically no knowledge except to go here find the threat, draw weapons on you and scream, "Halt, criminal! Halt, criminal!"
I will glare them down and command them, or at least with my commanding voice, put your weapons away. I live here now.
Roll.
Roll, please.
Was it? Is it 3?
Uh,
How can you never remember this?
no, I can re-roll a d20, so it's 2 d20s. And that's 2 successes.
There's no way 17 is a success for you.
Yes. Command roll, 17.
All right.
So I have 2 successes.
Somebody dumped this.
And they have 2 successes. Tie does go to the heroes. They
But in this case, the heroes are the
Pause.
guards, though, right?
No.
He's a criminal.
pause for a moment. But they don't seem convinced. They kind of look at each other. Arrest him and let the captain sort it out. We don't get paid enough for this shit.
Are you really going to have to face Captain... What was his name, by the way?
Quintus.
Captain Douche Canoe.
Or not Quintus. Sorry, Quintus was the mayor.
Yeah.
The captain. You actually never got the name of the captain. But we'll just kind of retcon a little bit. Somebody told you the name, Captain Ternarius.
Are you really going to tell Captain Quinarius and Sir Quintus that the man who's supposed to be here, the man who told him about this tunnel, try not to curse here,
Then obviously you have nothing to worry about. Surrender, and you won't be harmed. Much.
fine.
All right. They grab you rather roughly, but not damagingly roughly. Start pulling off what gear they could identify as weapons.
If I find a single piece missing, a single ounce of gold gone, I will have your head.
They do have to make an observation check to find his tiger claws.
They don't find your tiger claws. I'm not even going to make them roll for the observation check on that. So you still have those.
Hmm?
And they march you to the edge of town where there appears to be a small jail cell, holding cell / garrison type thing.
Oh no, take me to the bar. Take me to the captain.
Ha, you'll get a drink when the captain says you can get a drink. Until then, you're sitting in jail. All right, so Thornicius and Xenia, you are walking into the stables where you see a passed out miner. At the same time as you see the passed out miner, I need observation checks.
Please do this. I'm going to have my assistant roll because, luck.
Oh, you're right. That is kind of worded poorly. The passed out owner of the silver mine.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything. It was too easy.
The passed out owner of the silver mine.
We could go into the difference between a child murderer and a child murderer.
Yeah, please don't.
2d20. 2d20 for each of us.
Fun anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Real good. Dang.
As you're
I see the
walking
future.
into the stables, you not only hear some mumbling, you see where there seems to be a pile of people hiding in a barn. You see them, or let me rephrase that. You see a group of people try to sneak into a barn in the side of the warehouse. There's a big warehouse / general stores thing.
Mhm.
You see a bunch of people sneak into the warehouse wearing obviously not settler. They look very suspicious sneaking into the general goods store, into the warehouse there. And there's about a half a dozen of them.
Let's go. Let's go tell the captain because this is too many people for us to take on right away. Let's go get our backup.
Leave by then?
I'll stay and watch, and if they leave, I'll track them. You'll know because I'll break a twig off every 20 steps.
Okay.
And the party divides further.
To hopefully regroup. So I'm gonna hide. Stealth.
All right, and Zinnia, you head into the tavern where the captain is a couple cups deep and talking with his lieutenants, and
I sit there and I go like this onto the table.
Oh, yeah. She's breaking out the girls. It's getting serious.
I think you might want
Well, remember that we also have a witch's titty. You could have 3 of them.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
yeah.
damn, yeah.
I like that.
talk about being colder.
Oh, there's a witch's titty.
I go in and say, yeah, you want to come with me? There's something you really should see. At least one of you should come see it.
Persuasion check, please. And I'm going to need at least 2 successes.
Yeah. That looks
Yep.
like it. Yeah.
All right, you have a persuade of 12. Yeah. All right, so you do get 2 successes. He doesn't ignore you.
Hey, you son of a bitch.
Actually, he's a little bit interested.
Start dancing around a little bit. Come on, come dance with me.
Oh, God, what are you doing?
Dancing him outside.
Yeah, let's dance.
Oh, dancing him outside. Okay.
Yeah, let's dance.
All right.
So just to recap here, we have one member that's arrested. We have one member that's fist fighting a priest. We have one member that's hiding in a stables from a bunch of scary people that walked into a warehouse. And we have one member who is dancing with the asshole of the guard. I mean, the captain of the guard.
Now it's a Conan story.
Now it's a Conan story. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to leave on a cliffhanger for episode 2 coming up next Tuesday.
Oh, man.
So, that was fun. I enjoyed this. Don't forget, folks, we do have shows all week, so join Nat and Billy F. and Wildstar tonight on the Billy F. and Wildstar show starting at 9, so in an hour, going from 9 to 11 Eastern. Tomorrow, we join the party as they learn more about the Curse of Strahd from 8 to 10 Eastern. Thursday, we have a travel to a galaxy far, far away as our team of unlikely heroes makes their escape from the Imperial base in Star Wars, 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Saturday, we return to the Megaverse as the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Megaverse tries to leave Madhaven before they go crazy or get sucked into another dimension where they maybe almost die again, as their Totem Warrior almost died last time. I'm the Totem Warrior. That starts 6 to 8 Eastern on Saturdays. Sunday, we return to the Jungle of Cholt as the players search out the ability to fly from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then Monday, we're going to have another community night as the Solar Patrol needs another day of prep to provide the best viewing experience, and it will be quite the viewing experience. So join us for Jackbox and the Party Pack from 8:30 to 10 on next Monday. And again, next Tuesday, we will have Chapter 2, Episode 2 of our adventures in Turner's Pass. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being so interactive in chat. We enjoyed it, and good night.
Night.
See ya.